Now that people have kind of gotten used to the pandemic and living under these new circumstances, the new normal, as it were, I've seen demand slowly starting to come back. So now I've begun Ubering people again.
I had a friend of mine who had also done rideshare earlier in 2013 and 2014 when it was really started to get going, and she thought I was a personal guy and thought I was a very safe driver, didn't have any really driving record whatsoever, and thought I'd be pretty good at it. I think there was a certain point, I want to say in like 2017, 2018, where a lot of people had gotten, super used to driving in Ubers, where they kind of treated you like an automated car. There was people who were just less patient with anything that was going wrong in terms of the drive and whatnot. But overall, for me, I still had a very positive experience overall driving passengers for Uber.
I taught English for 7.5 years and realized that's not really what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be doing more creative things, video and film production, so I quit teaching to go to film school up in Denver. And while I was going to film school, I started getting into Ubering as a way to make money and have a very convenient and flexible schedule on the side to earn while I was in school, and that's kind of where it took off. And then I really enjoyed Ubering, and over the past 5 years, I've actually gotten to over 10,000 fares with Ubering.
So I pulled up my phone a little bit because even I forget how much I've done or how much I haven't done. And it looks like I've done 2,006 rides and 733 deliveries. 733 in less than 6 months is pretty decent. And I'll show you right here.
Oh man, it is. I've taken a hit. I was doing it full time for a while. You may find this hard to believe, but as a full-time rideshare driver, I was earning almost twice as much as I was as a classroom teacher. So I was actually doing pretty well in the Denver market. There's usually tons of demand. My bread and butter were the airport runs early in the morning. From my teacher days, I got used to being up early, even though I'm a night owl, so I would get up around 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd get on the road, I'd take people to the airport. Usually, I'd have 3 or 4 airport runs done by about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd have my goal set, and I'd be able to do whatever I wanted for the rest of the day.
Upwards of, I'd say, 40 to 50% of the people that I would drive before the pandemic were not local. Everyone thinks Uber is local. It's not. Uber is made up of a lot of people here on business in the Denver area, on vacation in the Denver area, and they don't rent cars anymore, so they take Ubers. And if you cut that market by 40%, there's not a whole lot.
The pandemic has really changed things. Over the last few months, I didn't even really do much Ubering at all. I would turn on the app and I would be online for an hour and get absolutely nothing. So it was a complete waste of time, and had to resort to other means to kind of get through. I started doing a little bit of door dashing, did a lot of food delivery. That helped considerably since a lot of people were going to restaurants, and all these restaurants in the area still needed to get food to their customers. So that ended up helping quite a bit.
And then about midway through May of 2015, I was not only a little bored, but my income was way down because I also work as a musician and piano teacher, and I was teaching some lessons on Zoom, but it was still a little sketchy, a little slow, and I had always resisted doing Uber Eats, and then I started delivering food, which also it was very busy because all the restaurants were still closed, only doing takeout. And so I also found it a little more safe for me because I didn't have to come in contact with your average Uber customer.
Hello, welcome to Taco Bell. What can I get for you today?
Hi there. I have an Uber Eats pickup for Cody J.
Okay, you can pull him through to the second window.
Thank you.
I wish Uber would do a little bit more. I've never driven for Lyft. I've only driven for Uber. However, I was Ubering a passenger just a couple days ago. She told me that she was driving for Lyft, and she remarked on the screen. I've got a plastic screen that I put in my car. I paid for that with my own money and installed that myself, just to make it a little bit safer for me and add another level of insurance for my customers as I'm driving them. And she told me that that Lyft actually gave their drivers these plexiglass barriers that they could put in their cars, and that was given to them free of charge. So I know Lyft at the moment is at least doing a lot more for their drivers. One thing that Uber did do, which I thought was kind of nice, is they did offer us free medical supplies, free masks, and free sanitizer that we could keep in our vehicles. So I did get that from Uber, and I have that in my back seat for passengers just in case they need it. So before I drive Uber, I have to confirm these precautions. I have to prove that I am wearing a face mask. This requires me taking a picture of my beautiful face to let them know I have a face mask on. Alright, done. I won't drive if I have COVID-19 or related symptoms. Correct. I disinfect my vehicle at the start and end of the day. I do. I have a disinfectant wipes available. I do. I wash or sanitize my hands regularly. I do. Now that I've selected all these, I now click ready to drive, and now I can go online and accept fares.
I've always felt for a while that they were definitely trying to pitch to people doing this part-time, but then they also had a dual message, which was be your own boss and set your own hours. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who decided that 2020 was going to be my year where I was going to be my own boss and just drive full-time. And there were certainly, Uber also incentivizes drivers to do that because they know that those are the types of people that earn this multi-billion-dollar corporation lots of money. But I always feel for those people because they got sort of sold a bag of goods that there will always be customers and it will always be busy and you should work for yourself. Well, I don't think that's working out too well for them at this point in 2020.
Part of it was, wanting that flexibility, being able to be my own boss, not having to work specific hours, not be beholden to a management of some sort. But admittedly, Uber did sort of play into that idea quite a bit. A lot of their advertising years ago when I started was, be your own boss, become self-sufficient, be your own master in your career. And there is a certain element of truth to that. But I'll tell you what, as a driver in the gig economy, it could be a challenge. I mean, you have to put in a lot of hours. You've got to save money aside for taxes, for emergency situations, for car maintenance. It does become very brutal on your car, that's for sure. You put a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle doing this kind of work. I think unless we actually get a vaccine or some sort of herd immunity, demand is still going to drop. It's still going to be down. It's going to be tough because people still need to get to work. People still need to run errands and do vital things in their lives. A lot of people don't have vehicles nowadays. So I don't know how that's going to affect things going forward.